Hey everyone. So today I wanted to chat a little bit about the possibility of there being a psychological Bitcoin price resistance. Um, Obviously, we know that there's a resistance in the fact that it's a very resource intensive um, cryptocurrency. The blockchain's resource intensive on Bitcoin, but um, yeah, as we see it become a store of value, maybe the transactions slow down, and people are just holding, and the price of Bitcoin increases significantly. I think that what we find would be at some point, average buyers get a bit priced out, and psychologically, if there's, let's say, Bitcoin price of $1 million at some point where it seems unattainable to ever own a whole coin. So the goal for a lot of small Bitcoin investors is to own a whole coin. And if it becomes unattainable, then maybe people just stop buying Bitcoin, right? Their investment of $1,000 a month just becomes seems like a waste to them. Maybe they have other investments that they think can do better. Maybe another crypto, maybe some stocks or something else. But and then this price target or this price resistance of Bitcoin hits, and then what happens then? Maybe it falls back. But let's say Bitcoin gets to $1 million. Do people start aiming for the goal of owning satoshis, so the smaller units of the fraction amount of Bitcoin, and they're targeting how many satoshis they can buy? And I think that may be the workaround for Bitcoin, but I think people who have been in somewhat early are still going to be frustrated with the idea of, I was buying much bigger portions of Bitcoin 10 years ago, 5 years ago than I am now, and it's significantly run up. I mean, the same could be said for certain stocks. Look at an Amazon stock that was trading not too long ago around $200, and an amateur buyer could buy in and own a significant amount of Amazon stock, but now at $3,200, it's becoming a bit more pricey. The actual price is higher, and that's why stocks split. But we don't have splits in crypto the same way. Maybe there's some currencies out there that do. Maybe there's not. I don't know. Maybe you guys know of some, but without the ability to do sort of a crypto split on the price, it's going to decelerate at a certain amount, at a certain level. I predict we'll definitely get to 20,000 Bitcoin again, and then if it gets to 21,000, it probably reaches some, Fibonacci sequence higher than that technically, because there's no fundamentals behind this. So you might look at some other currencies that have jumped significantly off their all-time highs like that. But I think in some ways I think of Bitcoin too as being the opposite of a short squeeze in stocks. So the limited supply and the increased demand will significantly increase the price of Bitcoin, and it looks like it's coming pretty soon. Probably in the next year or so, we'll hit all-time highs and then move higher. Probably not without some volatility, but I think the volatility is slowing down. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to throw out this idea of a psychological price ceiling, some resistance at a certain price where people just don't feel compelled to put the money into Bitcoin like they did before, because the price has just reached an astronomical number relative to their US dollar, to their home currency. Let me know what you guys think, and then maybe what that price resistance might be. If you agree with me, I think it's probably going to be closer to like 100,000. That I think 1 million was a bit more of an extreme example, but I think, yeah, if you're looking at 90, 100,000, it's going to be psychologically a very expensive and obviously psychologically a really big number to reach. Yeah, curious to know what you guys think. If you'd like to buy some Bitcoin, check it out through Coinbase. I recommend, if you're starting out, use Coinbase. It's not the best out there, but it's a good start. And just use my link below in the description. I'd appreciate any of the help you guys can get. And thanks for watching my first video, not tennis related. Feel free to subscribe and like. Probably put a little bit more content out like this over the next few months, and hopefully it gains some traction, because as much as I love tennis, I have a lot of other passions that I'd like to talk about, and thoughts that I'd like to get out there and get feedback from the YouTube community on. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.